at that candy factory. That was my favorite set in the whole movie.
The crew that made the film were all the Bond crew. They'd just come straight off You Only Live Twice, so we had the same props crew, the same lighting cameraman and crew. So it just went like clockwork. It's just like a Bond film because it has the same elements. It has the baddie who wants to rule the world. It has the goodie who has fabulous gadgets and inventions with which to stop him. It has the pretty girl with the ridiculous name that describes what she's like. So you've Pussy Galore, you've got Truly Scrumptious. It has all of those elements.
Chitty, of course, miraculously sprouts wings and flies in the pursuit of Grandpa. But it's not so simple for Heather and Adrian when they decide to jet out to America to meet Dick Van Dyke for the first time since the film was made. Whisper this in front of the children, but Chitty doesn't really fly. Sorry.
ITV Christmas Entertainment, sponsored by Rennie Soft Shoes.
Don't miss the Telford Shopping Centre sale. Starts Boxing Day. M54 Junction 5.
See, it is working. The proof is in the puff.
Did you see that puff?
New Glade Wisp delivers a fragrance you can see working, and the last puff smells as great as the first.
Oh, that mess! Well, now there's one tough cleaner for hobs, tiles, glass tops, the lot. Mr. Muscle Multitask loves the jobs you hate. Spills on soft stuff like carpets? It's a perfect solution for shifting those stains. Mr. Muscle Multitask loves the jobs you hate.
The Dreams Mega Sale starts Boxing Day 11 a.m. It's Britain's biggest bed sale with 50% off thousands of beds. And with Britain's largest choice, you're sure to find the bed of your dreams. Save 50% off this luxury pocket sprung divan set, now only $5.99. Or this designer chrome bed set at just £99. It's less than half price. There's 50% off thousands of beds and mattresses with super fast delivery in Britain's biggest bed sale. That's Boxing Day, only at Dreams.
Sleep on a bed of dreams. The biggest ever Focus sale is on now with hundreds of fantastic sale bargains. There's a massive 50% off kitchen units and for a limited period an extra 10% off kitchen sale prices. Like the new Kansas, where a typical 7-unit kitchen is now only £387. And what's more, you can buy now, take away today and pay nothing until 2006. So for 50% off and now an extra 10% off, hurry down to the biggest ever Focus sale.
Can you have long-lasting hold without your hair feeling unpleasantly hard? You can with Silvercream Firm Hold Hairspray. Hold that lasts up to 24 hours, yet still leaves your hair feeling beautiful, touchable, and full of life. Silvercream Firm Hold Hairspray, up to 24 hours of hold, from Weller.
For clothes that are gentle on skin. Ariel Non-Bio.
So long, ordinary toothbrush. Oral-B has created the new Professional Care 8500. It pulsates and oscillates to help loosen plaque and sweep it away. Teeth get up to twice as clean and gums get healthier. Why use anything else? For a dentist feeling of clean. New Oral-B Professional Care 8500. Brush like a dentist.
Enter the panoramic dimension.
L'Oreal invents Panoramic Curl, its first wide-eye mascara. 360-degree fan-out separation effect and extreme curve shaped by its unique Flexitech formula.
Curve and separation for a panoramic lash display.
New Panoramic Curl from L'Oreal Paris.
New Heinz soup. You'd better make some room in the fridge.
Christmas never tasted so good.
Zeppelin.
With their grandpa!
No, not yet, we haven't.
Chasing after the kidnapped grandpa, Chitty lands in a strange and sinister world, the kingdom of Bulgaria. Filmed in a Bavarian castle, the kingdom is home to Baron Bombast and his child-hating wife, the Baroness.
What's the matter with them? Haven't they seen children before?
As Caractacus soon discovers, Jeremy and Jemima are in mortal danger because this is a land in thrall to the sinister presence of the child catcher.
There are children here somewhere. I can smell them.
In the last 36 years, 80 or 90% of conversations I've started with anybody about the film start with the phrase, "I was so scared of that child catcher. I had nightmares about that child catcher."
Lollipop and all free today.
Australian dancer Robert Helpman was 60 years old and one of the world's greatest ballet stars when he had the opportunity of creating one of cinema's most memorable scary characters.
Here we are, children. Come and get your lollipops.
Robert himself was the least scary person I've ever met in my life. He couldn't have been more charming and just wonderful. He really was a nice person. There was nothing scary about him. But the way he moved could be extremely scary.
In one of the adventures these children have, they go to a mythical kingdom which has a very unpleasant old duchess, and she hates children and she employs a child catcher. And that's my part. And I have to disguise myself as ice cream sellers and chocolate sellers and everything to try and catch them. Of course, I never do. They always win.
Go inside, my little dears.
The bit that scared me most was when the ice cream stuff all falls off the cage and he cracks the whip and it takes off. You'll notice in the film the wheels actually do come off the ground. He was a bit away with it there. They didn't have to put any glycerine in our eyes, and those were real screams of terror. That was frightening.
And in rehearsing that scene, Robert Helpman had his own moment of terror.
He was coming down the street whipping those horses, and as it went around the corner, it flipped over. And he was sitting up on the front like a stagecoach. And we all thought, this is the end of him. As it went over, he stepped on the side, stepped on the wheel, and stepped off on the curbing. And the thing just went tumbling and falling apart. Never seen anything as graceful in my life. And he was not a young man then. He just, like he was doing a ballet step. And just kind of did this for that.
Escaping the child catcher, Caractacus and Truly Scrumptious enlist the help of the toy maker played by Benny Hill and enter the castle disguised as puppets, presents for the Baron's birthday.
What do you see, you people gazing at me?
The only thing that I was really proud of, as a non-dancer, was the doll on the music box. And that was the hardest piece. It was almost mathematical to an nth degree, and it was all done, everything was on a count.
The problem was she was having to move, and it didn't quite match the words to the song. And she found that she could do the pantomime through perfectly or sing the song, but she couldn't do both at the same time. It was this,
What do you see, you people gazing at me? You see a doll on a music box that's wound by a key. How can you tell? I'm under a spell. I'm waiting for love's first kiss.
She did every single, what do you see? Everything was just, and then the head moves were right on the beat.
I think I did it in one take, and I was so pleased. And I got a great round of applause. I remember that from all the extras, and it was wonderful.
Oh, I had tears in my eyes when she did that number, because she did it so brilliantly.
Thanks to Truly Scrumptious, Caractacus, and of course Chitty, the children are released from the clutches of the Baron and the evil child catcher. Grandpa is saved, and the Potts family fly home. This time, Chitty's needed a little help with her flying, but it's journey's end for Jemima, Jeremy and Chitty as they drive onto a sunny Los Angeles film lot. It's been over 35 years since the cast were reunited. Sally Ann's already there, and if only Chitty can find her way, Dick Van Dyke's about to get a phantasmagorical surprise.
Up from the ashes, grow the roses of success. Grow the roses, grow the roses, grow the roses of success. Oh yes, grow the roses, those rosy roses. From the ashes of disaster, grow the roses of success.
My God, it's truly scrumptious.
Yes, oh, Caractacus. Oh, how lovely to see you.
You remember me, I'm the lovely, lonely man.
Yes, of course you are, but not anymore.
God, let's not talk about how many years it's been.
Oh, I don't.
Sit down.
Don't even think about it. Don't think about it. You've just got to look at our hair.
I just say it's on there. I don't care what color it is. It's on there.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Wait, I don't even know where you're living now.
I live in Connecticut.
Oh, you do?
Yes, right on the border outside of New York, 45
Isn't this
minutes.
amazing that we haven't seen each other in all those years?
38 years. 38. Can't believe it. Oh!
Oh, my God. Oh, it's Chitty.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, heavens.
Oh, my.
I know you.
Look at that. Hi, Adrian. Good to see you. Look at this. Now I really do feel old.
Oh, my God. Oh, look at these old people. These old people are children.
Thank you so much. You look so well.
Isn't this great?
It's great fun. It is absolutely
How did they get it over here? Did they ship it by?
Fly.
Huh?
No, it did.
They flew, of course.
Look up.
High, low, everywhere we go. On chitty,
Oh, I
chitty,
knew you'd
weedy
stop.
pen. Bang, bang, chitty, chitty, bang, bang. A fine four-fendered friend. Bang, bang, chitty, chitty, bang, bang. A fine four-fendered friend. You'll see that your seats are a feather bed. We'll turn everybody's head today.
You're more than spectacular, to use the vernacular. You're
wicked.
No, I went wrong. It's gone wrong. Who's got the script? Who's got the script?
I don't know.
How could we have forgotten those words so quickly?
Well, I know. It took me 14 months to get them out of my head again, too. Isn't that beautiful? I think I may be too old to get into it.
No way.
Come on, I'll take you there. Come on, we'll go round.
Okay. You'll have to give me a great big push from the bottom. How did we get in and out of this so easily?
I don't. Well, we were young,
Yeah.
Sally. Tell you one thing, it's not sprung very well. It was a bumpy ride.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. Hang on.
Well, none of
I
us
certainly
have sprung
couldn't
very
get
well
in very well here. Okay, I'm in. Lovely. 68 years later, I'm in the car.
Oh, it can't be.
No, I can't.
No,
Oh, it's
really,
lovely.
it doesn't seem that long ago to me.
No,
I
it's
mean, I can't believe that you guys are grown up. You're still little kids to me.
Everybody calls us the children.
we still
Wherever
get
we
called
go,
the
they say,
children.
can we get
Still
the
the
children
children.
out to shoot
Yes,
now?
absolutely. I mean,
So
it's-
what's been happening with you guys?
Well, I'm busy. I work at a drama school.
You do?
Yes.
Do you teach?
Not. I sit behind a desk. I tell other people to go and teach.
Oh, I see.
Which
I thought
is,
maybe you taught them everything you learned working
Oh,
with
well,
Sally
of
and Dick.
course. Well, I do that as well, naturally.
I went back to the theatre.
What'd you do?
Oh, I can't remember that long ago, thank goodness, but I haven't stopped in the theatre. And I'm married. I'm married now 30 years.
30 years.
Yes,
Oh, my
it's
God.
very happy. And it's wonderful.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, finally settled down. Truly scrumptious, settled down.
Did you quit show business after this? Or
Oh,
did you just-
absolutely. Put me off for years.
Today, Heather is happy to look back on the film with her fellow cast members, but for the little girl from Dundee, filming Chitty was not a fairy tale, and Heather's had to come to terms with some painful memories from the time spent on the set of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh, the first couple of months were easy. They were great. It wasn't until about the first 6 months that the novelty had completely worn off and I began to get sick to the back teeth of it.
I was very aware that Heather was missing her father. I think she was very devoted to her father. I remember her wanting him to be there and talking about him.
My mother and I lived in a flat in Clapham Common, and the rest of my family and friends obviously stayed in Dundee, hundreds of miles away, and I never saw them for 14 months. I think I got to visit them twice. And I got so desperate that I noticed that on the other side of the sort of square, there was a window that I'd seen a little girl. Obviously, that was her bedroom. And I got huge big sheets of paper and wrote, "Please will you be my friend?" and put them up at my window. And she saw them and started answering. And her name was Ilse Marston. I'll never forget her name. She was the only other child that I had to play with. And she eventually came round to the flat, and finally I had a friend.
I didn't realize you were so alone during that time. You were away from home, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
You didn't have anybody to play with.
No, Heather always had that little fragile quality that, you wanted to take care of her.
Yeah.
You still do, actually.
I would have just been in tears the whole time if you hadn't looked after us so well, because I was so miserable away from my dad, but I mean, you just kept us going. My relationship with the rest of my family never recovered from that strain. When we went back, there was a divorce, because my father had also had an affair while we were away. And shortly after that, my mother remarried and we moved to Ireland.
Adrian's life was considerably easier. Living close to Pinewood, he'd leave the studio gates and return to the everyday family routine.
I had no trouble at all at the end of the day. I'd go home, I'd get my bike out the garage and I'd go off and play, and my mother would run down the road screaming, "Don't fall over, don't fall over, don't fall on a stake and put a hole in your leg again." And I had no trouble at all. Working at Pinewood Studios is an experience just in itself, no matter what the film is you're doing, because of the kind of environment it is and the kind of people that are there. And I felt genuinely sad to go home at the end of the day, because it's a wonderland, it's a playland.
Adrian Hall was only 9 years old when the film was released. He went on to stage school and then worked primarily in the theatre, where he met his wife Barbara. Then, in his late 20s, he took on a new role, bringing on the next generation of stage and screen performers.
My job now is head of production at GSA Conservatoire in Guildford. And we're a fairly traditional drama school. We teach actors, we teach musical theatre performers, and we teach stage managers and technicians. This is where we do all the sound recording for the shows, where we do all the TV and radio work. And here's Ben doing some camera work. I came out of drama school and I had no credibility as a teenager. I had credibility as a child actor. And for a long time I used to not put the film on my CV. And I used to tell my agent, don't mention the film, because they will think I'm a child actor, and I'm not anymore. I'm a grown-up actor, and it was probably just, ego on my part. And then I was very lucky and got a long run in a play in the West End, and I think that's probably what did it. Once I'd got my credibility as an adult actor, it was okay to reintroduce the film into my life in that sense. Everybody knows my background. It usually takes about 2 weeks from me starting any job to everybody knowing. That's okay. I can put up with the singing and I can put up with the jokes and everything. It all disappears after about 3 or 4 weeks, unless there's a situation that they want to manipulate deliberately to make me look terribly embarrassed, in which case then it'll come out again.
And Adrian isn't the only one outed as a child from Chitty, as Heather Ripley discovered when she turned off the tarmac and tuned in to the protest movement.
They just thought it was hysterically funny that this mad protester was actually this little girl in a film about a car.
More from the barricades after the break.
ITV Christmas Entertainment, sponsored by Rennie Soft Shoes.
The biggest ever MFI sale starts Boxing Day with all sale items less than half price. Plus, there's 20% off everything in store. This Schreiber bedroom, including storage basket, is only £480. And our independently checked prices mean the lowest sale prices, and that is guaranteed. This Schreiber kitchen with Bosch appliances is only £1,500, saving over £4,700. The unbeatable MFI sale starts Boxing Day. The place to buy is MFI.
You'll be amazed at what you can now pick up at Pizza Hut. There's a delicious new range of pastas and salads. And they're only $4.99 for a limited period.
New Heinz soup. You'd better make some room in the fridge.
For further information on over 800 full and part-time courses, call 08000 19 19 16 or visit our website.
This is Girls Aloud with their brilliant new album, What Will the Neighbours Say? Featuring the smash hits, The Show, Love Machine, the #1 single, I'll Stand By You, and the massive hit, Jump. What Will the Neighbours Say? The new album from Girls Aloud, out now.
At B&Q, we have over 70 bathroom suites with half-price baths, all different designs to suit your style. Add a luxury Whirlpool system for half price too. This entire Seattle suite with Whirlpool is under £800. You save £388. Half-price bathroom offers that are too low to miss.
The PC World sale kicks off 11 a.m. Boxing Day with amazing 2-day specials, plus thousands more savings right across the store.
Little bro, great to see you. Sis. And cuz, you all made it. Yes. Ooh, Christmas.
Just because your toothbrush is electric doesn't mean it works like a Sonicare. The new Sonicare Elite by Philips has patented sonic technology and bristle tips that move 3 times faster than all other leading power toothbrushes. Clinically proven to significantly remove stains for whiter teeth and healthier gums in 28 days or your money back. Ask your dentist or hygienist. Stop brushing, start Sonicare.
Perfect Christmas Day afternoon. The Little Reindeer, 2:25 ITV1.
Christmas never tasted so good.
For over 30 years, Heather Ripley tried to forget about Jemima and Chitty. After a variety of jobs, she found a new purpose in life, joining the protest movement. By 1999, Heather was living in a peace camp beside the nuclear submarine base at Faslane.
What's out there? One nuclear warhead on one Trident sub can wipe out Glasgow. Why? I mean, what use is it? Life was very, very hard. We were living in what we call benders in the woods, but the novelty pretty quickly wore off. It's not a comfortable existence, and you have to be really dedicated to keep it together here. But you know, it's been going for 17 years, and I think that alone shows just how strong people feel about the place. It's a really scary thought to you know, go over there in a tent and sort of put yourself in the path of the bulldozer. And I thought, well, they're just going to clear me out of the way. And I thought, but I'm not just anyone. I was the little girl in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Surely I can get the media interested in this enough to highlight the cause. I get really angry because it really hurts to see my land damaged and wounded and desecrated by it.
Five years on, Heather has left the peace camps and is now, for the first time since Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, thinking again about an acting career. She's back in Dundee, shooting a low-budget short film.
Just relax and take a seat. I think now I'm older, I have the confidence to do it. I think I still have the talent to do it. I'm told I'm still a very good actress. It's very much the same. It's mostly hanging around waiting for things to happen or, you know, things to be set up. What the hell is my first line? It is. Why do you want this job?
I need a chance, an opportunity.
I would compare it to the first time I got on a horse after 20 years of not riding. I was a bit nervous at first, but as soon as I got on the horse, I remembered how easy it was.
And cut, thank you.
Maybe you would like to hear about the rest of my duties.
At the age of 78, Dick Van Dyke can look back on a long film and TV career that ended with a 10-year run on TV series Diagnosis Murder. He played physician and part-time detective Dr. Mark Sloan, with his son Barry co-starring.
The longest I ever held a job in my entire life. It went something like 10 years. Isn't that funny? And of course I carried nepotism to its ultimate extreme by having my entire family on it.
In 1974, Dick had starred in a TV film the morning after, about an alcoholic hitting the skids. What surprised many was how the performance drew upon his own personal experience.
I thought I was a social drinker. I never drank at work or anything like that, never had any trouble. But I'd go home and have my martinis. And it became, more and more. And I found out I couldn't quit. And by 1970 and 71, I realized I had a problem.
I wonder how that could have happened.
There was no hint. There was nothing to suggest that this was a man who couldn't do his job. And normally you would expect somebody who has that kind of problem to not turn up, to not be able to work on any given day. And I don't remember that ever happening.
Oh, yes, I did some wonderful drinking with Lionel and our cast. We'd go out afterwards, But it never affected my work particularly. But it got out of hand.
No, chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, we've been bad for...
So what of Chitty herself these last 35 years? She's been keeping busy, and despite appearances, she's licensed, she's got her road tax and her MOT, and is living a pampered existence in Stratford-upon-Avon.
I'm working on Chitty nearly every day, going to various shows, and it takes quite a lot of energy, and also car polish, aluminium polish, brass polish, copper polish, and all those things mount up to quite a bit, and I use quite a gallonage over the years. Now the number plate is Gen 11. Gen 11 is Latin for Geni, magical being, and in this sense, magical motor car. It's phantasmagorical. There's no getting away from that, and I am very proud to be owner of this motor car.
Chitty's barely hit middle age, but some of the other stars of the film are sadly no longer with us. The child catcher, Sir Robert Helpman, died in Sydney, Australia in 1986. Also gone are Gert Frobe, who played Baron Bombburst, and the toy maker, Benny Hill.
Gentle breeze from Hushabye Mountain, softly blows o'er Lullaby Bay.
Very good.
It fills the sails of boats that are waiting to sail your troubles away.
Close your eyes on Hushabye Mountain.
Sally Ann Howes enjoyed a successful stage career on both Broadway and London's West End, but it's for her role as truly scrumptious that she's most fondly remembered.
I've had the most enchanting time with this film. Everybody wants to know about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Now, nobody could have seen me in My Fair Lady or King and I or any of the other shows that I've done. But this is remembered, and it's very exciting to have it, even if it's just one thing that's remembered. It's rather nice.
How do you sum up something that's still going 36 years later?
Indestructible.
Yes, indestructible.
Three generations can all sit and watch that film
Watch
together.
it together, which
Yes.
is rare.
Very
There's
rare.
not much around.
You can meet a kid of 7 now, and they know all the words, and they sing all the songs.
That's true.
Which means that and they say it's my favourite movie.
Well, thank you, children. All these wonderful things, they're very precious.
I spent approximately 30 years trying to forget all about it, but in the past 6 years, I've realised what an incredible effect it has on people's lives.
I have nothing but sort of thanks for how I started and where I've got to.
It's been absolutely thrilling to me that it's been a classic that's lasted forever.
Great, great time shooting that movie, and I'm so happy that it turned out to be kind of a perennial.
Fine for a friend, chitty chitty friend.
Animated Animal Thoughts next here on ITV1 with Creature Comforts. And then at 4:35, an English village, an actress and a murder. Angela Lansbury takes on the role of Miss Marple in The Mirror Cracked.